Warning, this podcast may contain spoilers as well as coarse language, so you've been warned. Enjoy!
Oh my god, we are live. Oh, how's it going, our anime? Welcome to the Our Anime Podcast, and hope you guys are having an awesome Singles Awareness Day. So glad you could join us here. Let's take a look at the lineup today. So here we have Fate Steel Taylor.
Tamaya.
What?
It's the Tamako rewatch. It's something you say when fireworks are going on.
That's weird as
Oh,
shit.
People will
okay,
get it.
dude. So just people will get it? Okay. Freaking weebs. We have Based Becker.
Hi.
Oh god, we're all doing it. Okay, hopefully our guest has some dignity. And welcome our special guest, Duranthal.
Konbawa.
God,
Oh god. Oh god.
We are the best.
How dare you guys.
Watashi tachi sugoi.
And I'm a ton of bacon. Nope, I'm not gonna
say
do
watashi
that.
wa bacon
No,
desu.
no.
Watashi wa un ton of bacon desu.
I have a big ochinchin. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about, different not like romance, because we already did a romance episode, but we're gonna be talking about, like Valentine's Day, guys. Love's in the air, and of course we love our romances, but there are other things within the romance genre that we want to like kind of dig deeper into, especially the Valentine's Day episodes, because we all know we love those, just like how we love the Christmas episodes and stuff like that. So let me ask you guys first, what's your guys' favorite Valentine's Day episode from any series?
I can't think of one. Fate, you go.
Oh, jeez. I'd say I probably have a tie between the Tamako Market Valentine's Day episode, which I think is really nice at exploring teenage feelings and confusion over who you may or may not like, as well as the Hyoka Valentine's Day episode. And I realize neither of those are like particularly
They're not
romantic.
happy. They're not like, I don't know, happy endings, I guess. Is that what?
Right. But to me, that feels more... Maybe I'm a bitter old soul, but to me, that feels like more realistic.
That's a buzzword. What do you mean by realistic? Fate?
Realistic and mature,
If we're
Becker.
talking realistic, nobody wins in Valentine's Day. Everyone gets a broken heart. We sit at home. hugging
Hey,
our body
no.
pillows.
Not always.
Not always.
Oh, that's just me.
Valentine's-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yo, Bacon, I was gonna say it, but like maybe that's just you.
Bugger, get away from me.
I don't know. I mean, like you have your standard fare, but so outside of those, it always feels like it's a standard fare Valentine's Day episode, right? Like you have characters, like no one ever actually confesses on Valentine's Day. That's like not a thing that really happens. People like
Actually, I did
should
once,
give.
and I got turned down. So,
Oh,
yeah,
Becker.
I'm not even
Go
so
on.
sorry.
But
I meant
you
in
just
anime.
It was-
I meant in anime, Becker.
Oh, man.
Well, if we're gonna talk about in real life things, like I think
Guys, this is going to be really depressing if we talk about it in
it's
real life.
depressing as it is because we're here on Valentine's Day talking to each other about
Hey,
this. Okay.
I am not here on that. It's February 4th.
Dang it!
Oh,
it
shoot.
was for the.
Wow.
Ah,
This
This is recorded live. We're doing it live.
damn it!
ruining
That was
the
the point.
illusion.
Moving on.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So you guys notice that in Valentine's Day episodes, there's always that thing with chocolates, right? Because obviously chocolate's a big thing for Valentine's Day, especially the day after.
Why
When it
is
goes
that
on
a thing,
sale,
though? Like, I've never
huh?
understood like why you give someone like chocolate.
Capitalism.
Why can't you give them like
Pretty much.
marshmallows?
Diabetes.
Or, like beer.
Oh!
Or, like I don't know.
Yo,
Dolphins?
chocolate and beer would be great. That sounds like a great premise for a romantic movie.
That face.
Hey, you
when
want to
Maybe
get
they-
really drunk? Yes.
that
sounds
feel when
romantic.
you don't drink.
Maybe they like drink beer and eat chocolate under like a canopy in the
Ooh,
Shinjuku
ooh,
Gardens
What else?
while reciting tankas, directed by
God.
Makoto Shinkai.
Oh my
Call
god.
it Garden of Words.
How the hell did you set that all up? That's the one thing I
Damn,
want to
that
know.
was smooth.
I'm not
You're
gay. I'm not
smooth.
gay, but that's a pretty good date to me and you, man. You should set that up one day.
Yeah, I don't know. Garden of Words was also really fun. I really like that as a romance.
I haven't.
I don't know if
seen
it was
so
a.
sorry.
I don't know if that was a traditional romance movie, but I
It's
really
very
like the-
bittersweet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's definitely two people searching for love.
Which I feel like every anime character in romance, or even like in general, is kind of like searching for. Like whenever the
It's true.
subject of Valentine's Day comes up, You have this group of characters. Let's look at the male characters. You have half of them that are all like trying to look cool, be like,
they're like, I really want chocolate.
Yeah.
I hope I get chocolate. And the girls are like, oh, I gotta like make homemade chocolate for like my one
that's
crush.
one thing I noticed. They always emphasize, it has to be homemade, dude.
Because if you buy chocolate, that's just not. You just don't love them enough. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't come from the
It's
heart.
not
Honestly,
genuine love.
Okay,
Genuine.
Real talk. I would cheat. I would get chocolate, right, and I would remelt it in the shape
That's
of a
what
heart.
that's basically what they do.
Yeah,
That's what they
that's
basically do.
I think
they
that's,
take store-bought
perfect.
chocolate, they add some stuff, and then they like remold it.
But it would be my kind of chocolate if how they decorate it with like all the icing. I'd be that one guy. I'm waiting for this to happen in anywhere, but have a really elaborate box, and when they open it up, it says "send nudes."
It just says, but like, what kind of nudes? Like, does it have to be nudes of that person? That's kind of vague, man. Like, what if they just send some random?
In general,
nudes?
it's
what
fine.
if they send Randy's nudes? Oh my god!
Oh no!
I always thought, I don't know if like the pun works, but a honme means like true, like honto and it's like a mashup of honto and I forget what the word for feelings is, but
sound
so it's
it
like
out.
True feeling chocolate. But I always thought it was funny because it was like honme choco and like homemade choco sounds really similar.
That's probably
so like
intentional.
maybe it might be.
They do love their word jokes. That's the thing I like about
They do.
the Japanese language.
They do. So it's always fun when like you see. Oh, you know what trope I really love, even though like it's played to death with Valentine's Day chocolates. I love it when like the girl makes chocolate and it tastes horrible, right? Like they added salt instead of sugar, and like they're like crying and like they're like broke and they're like, oh, like now I have no one to eat like this chocolate. And then the main character guy who's like useless for everything except for this one moment eats the chocolate and he's like, like it's actually really good. I really enjoy your chocolate. Can you keep giving me more? And they're like so overjoyed that someone's eating their cooking that they like, start crying.
Cooking, he's a keeper.
That reminds me of Baka and Tess, because like the pink haired girl, she was like the worst cook ever.
It reminds me of Gurren Lagann because Nia was like the worst cook ever, and Simone would just eat all.
Yo, Simone was so hungry though that one time. He was just like, just keep.
Well, that's dude. Like hunger's the best spice, man. Like
it really is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't care
and
what
then,
kind of
so
chocolate
like that's
it is,
my
just give it.
favorite Yeah, that's my favorite Valentine's Day trope. And then my second one is when like tsundere like put so much effort with like homemade chocolate, and then they're like, oh, it's just like giri choco, it's obligation chocolate. It's like it's nothing special. You can just have it, I guess. Like I always find that sweet.
That's horrible. Like it's funny because like they're obligated to get it. If they were really obligated to give it to me, I'd be like, oh, thank you. I would go straight. Like the cool thing I would try to do is, oh, obligation chocolates, thank you. Throw it away. It's like, you really don't care about
What?
You're cruel.
But knowing my fat ass, I would still eat it.
How could you be so heartless, Bacon?
How could you be so heartless?
Shut up.
Chocolate covered bacon.
Chocolate
Yo,
carpet.
Becker, you're not gonna back me up on my Kanye reference?
No,
No.
We were just.
No, I was setting you up for the Kanye reference.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were.
Yeah, no.
Wait, are you? I
Okay.
thought we were doing this live. How dare you guys set up memes behind my back? You can't do that.
We just wanted to be at our Kanye best.
No,
Ooh,
great.
Ooh,
great.
dude,
Ooh.
Ooh, what else?
Ooh.
I'm Kanye stressed right now.
All right, give it a Kanye rest,
All
guys.
right, quiet. So, have you guys ever? Okay, let's go. Let's come to real life. I know it's very scary.
Why are we real lifing this?
Dude,
Oh
'cause
my
I
goodness.
just-
Anime
wanna-
is just like real life.
Dude,
sometimes.
it's becoming.
It is,
real.
It's
it
so
is a reflection
realistic.
of reality sometimes. Not
So-
gonna lie.
Have you guys, like outside of elementary school, to where they baby you into getting chocolates and all that? Have you ever received anything from anyone?
You make
on
it sound
Valentine's Day?
so sad if someone says no by setting it up that way.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Do our listeners even want to hear about our
Yes.
Valentine's Day stories?
No,
Only if they are horrible.
Yeah, if they're horrible. Like, here's a bad Valentine's Day story. I got nothing. Well, great. You just wasted
Story of my
time.
life.
Story. Okay, Becker's out. Anyone else want to get? All right, never mind.
But yeah, talking about real life and stuff, what have you guys found to be like some more realistic
Quote
romances?
unquote realistic. That's like, I try not to use the word realistic, more like believable or something. I don't know. Like,
Okay,
it's
why
like, tricky to use that word because like
why do
not
you try to
everyone's
make
life is
that
the
distinction?
Same. It's like very
This is true.
subjective.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I guess that makes sense. Like K-On! Isn't really realistic, but it's believable.
It's
I guess
it's relatable for certain people. Like if you were in that almost like very similar situation, like it would click with you. But I don't know.
So realistic, like romance wise, School Days comes to mind.
Is that
I'm
like
just
actually
kidding.
like realistic? Like
No,
like,
okay,
I can see that happening, but it would probably never happen.
I can see that
can
happening,
see-
but increase the age
let me
of
rephrase. I
everyone.
can
Up to a
see
point.
certain parts happen, but like not other certain parts. Yeah.
Like the four.
Have you guys seen Sukitte Ii Say I Love You? The rewatch is going
Yes.
right now
Ooh.
with anime monologues.
I have. I
not,
saw it a
but go
long
on.
time ago, and I didn't really care for it. I don't know.
To me, that is one of those things where I felt like it was a believable romance. Like it definitely felt super
That's the
high
one
school.
where they like spoilers for Sukitte Ii. They start out with a kiss. Like they become
Like episode 1, yeah.
Episode
Oh
1.
wow, cool.
And then the
But
rest of
it's
the show
like-
is just them like trying to be a couple, essentially.
It's also
it's
like
like
the least
figuring out
romantic
your
kiss. Yeah.
No, see that
like-
I really like because that's usually the big payoff at the end of every romance is the kiss. Oh, they're together. But that's one thing.
What's a
I mean, I guess
I
it's
want
one thing to
kiss?
see them like come together, but like it's a whole nother thing to see them like actually like work
Hold a
this out.
relationship.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
like actually work on the relationship. Like something like His and Her Circumstances, which is a great it's a cute little romance. It's directed by a little known director known as Hideaki Anno. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him.
I heard that guy's terrible.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Go
this
on.
is like that one show.
He sounds like he was big in the 90s.
He was big in the 90s.
He was.
Yeah, wasn't this his most
For
famous
those
series?
who are
I
like
think?
who just live under rocks their whole life, he directed like that really influential and highly popular and
Oh, he
discussed-
was the plane in The Wind Rises.
Yeah, he was yeah. But no, he's the director of NGE. He's a great I think he's a fantastic director, and it really shines through this show, honestly. Like one of the things he does like really well is the comedy. Like he does like because at times in this show it goes like perfectly from like lighthearted to more serious moments that like I don't know, it was like for some shows it's like hard to do tonal shifts like, you know, balanced or correctly, right? But it like feels like I'm 1 minute I'm like laughing at like I don't know this like chibi moment, and then like a couple minutes later I'm like really into this serious scene featuring the main couple, and I'm like, wow, it shifts from one tone to another like perfectly. It's also shot, I think it's like has to do with like the way it's shot and everything. I think Hideaki Anno is like a master at like shot composition. Like stuff like Ava is like breathtaking to look at.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give
I'm
him that.
rewatching Eva right now, and I'm just like in awe of just the way he frames these things. So I actually never watched His and Her Circumstances.
It's worth it for like the first 2/3, because here's the thing, like actually he only directed like 2/3 of the show. There was an issue with the mangaka because for some reason the mangaka really didn't like the way he did comedy scenes, but I thought the comedy scenes were like some of the best parts of the show, or at least executed really nicely. But the mangaka like didn't like the way Hideaki Anno did the comedy scenes, and so he wanted like a different director, so they had to change directors like 2/3 of the way into the show. So the show while they did that, they had to do a bunch of recapping, which was like really bad, and they had to change directors.
Oh
yeah,
man.
and like
That's
the
rough.
last third of the show isn't like super bad. Like the content itself is like not bad, but like just not as good as like the first 2/3. But like the directing is like kind of bad. It's like the worst
Right.
part is the directing, and it like really loses its like really good feel that it had the first 2/3.
Yeah, it's a lot less cohesive towards the end.
Gotcha.
Like I thought
Yeah, I think
Hideaki
that's-
Anno had like
yeah.
a really good understanding of the manga, like even better than the mangaka himself, obviously.
Oh wow, amazing.
But
Hey, look at me, I'm the mangaka now.
look at me,
I
I'm
write the rest of
creating
the
now.
story out myself.
Captain Hideki Anno.
Dude.
Terrible.
Yeah,
But like for the first 2/3, oh, you go Durenthal. You haven't talked much.
I was gonna say it. I think it does a really good job of exploring the characters' insecurities, and it does that through their relationship instead of having them being on their own trying to figure out whether or not they like this other person and their own problems at the same time.
They already like each other from the get-go, right? Yeah, because they're aware that they like each other, but they still have to like. There's a lot of things they got to figure out and stuff.
I really like that. Like when you like, as much as I love tension and build up and like little bits of progression, like I love Nisekoi. That's one of my favorite romances. I also really like it when you have couples like start off together. Like Mikakunen by Doga Kobo kind of has like a fake couple dynamic like from the beginning starting up.
Really? I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's one of my favorite Doga Kobo shows. Who they've also done Kikan Shoujo no Zaki-kun and Yuri and New Game and Sancho Sanyo and all that.
Oh, nice.
I really liked it. It was fun. It was really cute, and it was just really sweet. And then one of my other favorites is a short called "I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying."
Oh, I've been meaning to get that. I've heard
I was
that's
gonna
like
bring that up.
really good too.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
heard good
it's
things
by the
about
same mangaka as the one who did Kobayashi-san's Maid Dragon.
Oh,
The new Kyoani show that's going on right now. But it's really fun because like you already have an established married couple, and it just goes about their daily lives and like them falling in love with each other all over again, and just like it shows you like the difference between kind of like that first initial like wave honeymoon love and that consistent love like couples have for each other.
Yeah, because it's not easy to maintain a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Or so I'm told.
Oh yeah. Take it.
like I would get
You
pretty
keep
bored if it was
making
just like
this
a 2-course series about a couple that's like established from the get-go, but it's just like it's just everything's all
constantly
perfect.
amazing.
Yeah, like there's no way that
Like,
actually
you gotta
happens.
fight at some point. You gotta have disagreements, and that's why like
You gotta have
that's what makes it-
insecurities. Insecurities is a big part in like his and her circumstances.
His and her?
Yeah.
Oh, I might check that out then, man.
Dude, it's worth
yeah.
it. It's like it gets kind of bad later on, but like the first 2/3, which is basically like first 18, 16, like first like 16 or 18 episodes or something, are like definitely worth checking out. But skip the recaps. Skip them.
That's cool that you mentioned like insecurities and like, or I guess we started out by saying like what series is kind of like quote unquote realistic in terms of romance. I know this sounds weird, but I feel like School Rumble does that really well in terms of romance.
It also does
the reason
comedy
why is
really well.
'cause-
But go on, Bacon.
Yeah. The comedy in it is amazing, but the one thing I love most about School Rumble, because of the romance that gets centered around almost all the characters, is the great lengths they go to just to get just a couple seconds of their crush's time. Like there's this one like it's in segments.
The motorcycle dude?
Yeah, the motorcycle dude, Hariyama, and then he likes the main character. Then again, I would debate that they're all main characters because they all have like
They all get
equal
like
amounts of,
like decent screen time.
yeah,
surprisingly.
and like
I mean,
it
it's like a
goes on
50
you
episode
overall.
series cut into 2 seasons, so like yeah, there's gonna be like time for everyone to just do their thing.
It's amazing, but there's like this one episode that I really love is, the main character Tenma. She likes the guy Kurosama, and Kurosama rides his bike to school. What does she do? She's like, oh, I'm gonna get a bike so I can ride my bike to school every single day. And that's such a thing like some middle schoolers or high schoolers will try to do. They'd be like, I want to find a way to spend time so then I can at least start to get to know them better because they don't even know I exist. And then what do you know? She gets a bike. Hariyama gets a bike, and then they start and so they start chasing each other down. And so the first guy Kurosama, you just see him bolting down the streets, and they're all trying to keep up. It's the funniest thing ever because they're going through so much energy and so much stress just to try to see each other riding bikes together, and it's like get those moments and just multiply it, and that's all of School Rumble because they're just trying to find moments to be with each other, whether it's teaching each other how to swim or stuff like that. And that's how I felt it was realistic because we have all had that crush to
Yeah,
where
we
we're
all join like clubs just to be like around someone we like or something. Or
yeah,
get interested
I'll
in a
admit
certain-
that.
Have we?
100%. Yep,
I mean, I've
yes,
gotten
you.
like into certain bands just to impress a girl. Not gonna lie.
Oh, because when you're that young, you're still trying to find yourself. So you think to yourself, "Oh, if I show this one person,
If I show
that
this
I'm really
honey that I'm
it,
into like the Beatles,
Rap.
dude, she's gonna be like, she's gonna want the D, right? No, that never has.
Yo, that's 10 out of 10 the reason why I watched Evangelion in like a week.
Of all movies to watch.
What?
Because this one girl I was talking to, she was like, yeah, you know, like one of my favorite shows is something called Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, I'd stay the hell away from her, man.
Okay. And I was like, I haven't seen it, but I've been meaning to. And I was like, oh crap, like we're going to be off for break. And so I'll be coming back in a week. That's enough time for 26 episodes and 3-4 movies.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember much of Evangelion. I just remember being super depressed after binging through Evangelion.
Oh god.
And so
that's accurate.
Guys, don't binge through Evangelion.
But yes, I guess
too. Some people have.
Well, with the same show?
You also binged through Evangelion for a girl?
Not for a girl, but I just ended up binging most of it and finishing it at like 2 a.m. one night during a work day. So I was like, the next day I was just kind of brain dead.
Rip.
Ouch, man.
All that tang.
Yeah.
Well, me, I try to work out just to get girls, but all it does is attract more guys.
Maybe,
which is literally the plot of Monogatari.
I don't know.
Try
different strategies.
Have you tried playing for the other team? Because you seem to be effective.
No, that's not.
Have you tried just being gay?
No. How do you just try
what
it?
are some of your guys' like favorite like same-sex romances? Right? Like that's a thing. That's a thing.
I guess I'm gonna just go with it and say Yuri on Ice. I enjoyed the hell out of that series.
I mean, is that canon like couple, or is that like?
Oh wait,
they had rings.
Is it like really really heavily implied?
Oh shoot! Should we be spoiler tagging this?
Yeah. Well.
No.
Can we just like spoiler tag? Yeah. Okay. All right. Spoilers for Yuri on Ice. Yeah, they got rings for each other. They basically kissed multiple times.
And
for me though, like Yuri on Ice didn't really
things that they threw in there that's kind of hinting at it. It's flat out there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I haven't seen the show, so I'm
felt like
just looking at it from a distance. I have no idea.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I didn't watch
sorry.
it yet.
Sorry.
No, I haven't either, but yeah, I just hear so much about it from different parts of the internet. They're shipping like Victor and whoever.
Yuri,
the Yuri guy.
To me, it actually didn't feel really authentic. It felt more like they had like a checklist of tropes, like some of the tropes I was telling you guys about.
Oh.
Like they're like, oh, like tensions have to do
with two guys.
Like, yeah, and like no, that's perfectly fine. It just felt like instead of like flowing from like checkpoint to checkpoint, they were like jumping to them. Like, oh, we just gotta like hit these checkpoints. It doesn't matter. The build-up doesn't matter. It's like the opposite
will love it. They'll like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure like everyone, all the Fujoshi were like, oh,
dude, the first volume of Yuri on Ice sold like what 57,000 copies or something. Like
it was kind of crazy.
The power for Joshi.
Yeah, I mean, Free also sold a crazy amount.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's great. I don't know, like
I don't know. For me, it was kind of like I felt it was obvious what was gonna happen. We just wanted it to happen. Like, did you guys follow that one? Like, well, obviously, like Becker and Durenthal didn't like watch Yuri on Ice, but there's this one person tweeting every moment from Yuri on Ice, and like when there was like that kiss scene, she freaking like shook her phone and went like crazy.
What's the Twitter's name?
I don't know. I don't want to know because she screeched. She screeched so loud. I had to like take off my earphones. I was like, wow,
this bitch
like,
need
really?
to calm down.
Yeah, you need to calm down. Because I pretty much knew from the beginning that they were gonna, like, you know, quote unquote, get together. It's just that was the big payoff when it's like, oh yeah, they are together. But I think if they're gonna have like a season 2, they'd have to go all the way and do, you know, marriage, all that stuff, and oh man, so much money in the fanfics, like just in the dojins being like cranked out. I could just see the amount of dojins. You can
see the dojins. Are you looking at the dojins, buddy?
Dude,
you're not gay, bacon. Like...
I'm not. I am not. But you know, sometimes you just gotta dab a little. Just
wait, what? I'm not gay, but sometimes you just gotta read gay dojins. Yeah.
Yo, Becker, as long as you say no homo, whatever you do isn't gay.
Oh yeah, no homo. There you go. I'm safe.
Bacon's that guy. Bacon's that guy. Will just do like the gayest of things.
What makes you
and
think
be like,
like
no
he
homo,
will he'll be holding hands and like kissing guys, and he'll be like, no homo.
He's straight up making out with guys and be like, no.
Rad.
Homo, bro. No.
You know what's sad?
He'll be
Okay,
taking them
Bacon.
out to
Yeah,
dates,
sure.
to like movie
come on,
dates.
guys. My
Taking them out
parents
to
might hear
sushi.
this.
Going
Please.
ice skating.
Come on.
Yaoi on ice.
Yaoi on ice. I just
God damn. All right. So okay.
I also liked the same sex romance kind of that was hinted, or actually more like was full blown in Cardcaptor Sakura, between Toya and Yukito. That felt really sweet to me, especially throughout the series, and I really liked that. As well as Tomoyo's feelings for Sakura.
I heard that there's. I haven't seen that series, but I heard there's a lot that goes on.
I mean,
just in all directions.
She likes to videotape Sakura. That's big. That's hinting enough that she's probably into her. Like,
go on.
I just love how Cardcaptor Sakura does such a good job of showing romance and like with no boundaries.
Ooh.
Like gender isn't a boundary to them. To an extent, age isn't a boundary, which isn't as bad as it sounds. Okay, it isn't as bad as it sounds.
Is there something you're trying to tell us? Like,
dude,
there's a little bit bad in Cardcaptor Sakura.
I don't know, man.
Are there lollies involved?
If I find out, no. When it comes to lollies, like Dirtha brings a good point. If lollies get involved, all you have to do is label them. Nah, man, it's a 500-year-old vampire. You're straight. Oh, nice, cool. I can get in there. Man.
I don't even know if you can call the girls in like Cardcaptor Sakura lollies. They're so tall. Like even Sakura is like really tall because that
for like a fifth grader. She's like a fifth grader, and she's like
as
everyone
tall.
is
she's
super
like
tall.
half as tall as her brother, basically.
Growth spurt, man.
And her brother seems like really tall too,
and she's like
he looks like.
Here you go, Fate.
No, like the brother looks like he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, have you
the
seen? Yeah, and her dad is like 50 feet tall. Like, what the fuck?
Titans. Oh god.
Goddamn Clamp.
Clamp. I love Clamp. Have you guys seen Honobono Log?
No, but I've heard really good things about it. Could you go?
Duranthal. Yes. Duranthal, would you like to talk about it?
No, it's fantastic short series. It's 10 episodes long, but each episode is only like 2 minutes. They're brief scenes from daily life of usually couples, but not always. A couple times it's actually like a little girl and her family, like her parents. So.
Oh gosh, the dad when he can't get up because he's so embarrassed.
About
yes.
What? Go on.
Because it does a great job of showing, as we were saying before, like that continual love,
unconditional love,
and it was, it's really sweet. Also, there's like one episode where like they show, like friends being there for each other, which I thought was really sweet and really helped make Honobono Log so powerful to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like right after a breakup, they're talking on the phone, and her friend is just there for her going through that breakup, which is a great message to send to people, at least.
I feel like more anime series need to focus more on that because it's always about the main, like couple, but showing other people are behind them or against them. From what I recently watched, I feel like there should be more focus on that because it's always not about those two. It's about all the people in your lives and everyone else that can affect around them. Especially when it's that one guy that wants to get the one girl, but then another guy swoops in. I know what the term is. Like that always like hurts or feels great. I don't know what you guys are into.
I don't know what you're all
being
into.
Cucked, or do you enjoy the cucking?
It depends on the series, honestly.
Sure. Like. God.
I don't know, I just like with these romances, especially with Valentine's Day coming up, like some of my like favorite romances are just like pure-hearted, like really sweet ones. Like Ore Monogatari is really sweet.
I aspire
like
to be
pure
like
diabetes.
Like that's why I want to be 2 meters tall, jacked, and just like all around strong, and that's it.
Yeah, that's also one where like it starts off. Not really a spoiler.
Well, it's semi-spoiler because they don't make it official after like 3 episodes.
That's true.
Yeah,
but like they progress rapidly through a romance
to a point.
Yeah.
To a point. Yes, and they get to one point and then they go through the standard shoujo tropes. Funny enough,
the tropes are broken because like they just like, oh no, this could cause a big misunderstanding, and then the bro, what's the guy's name? The
Suna,
the bro.
Yes,
he instantly
the biggest bro of all time.
He instantly breaks like, oh no, misunderstanding happens, and he's like, no, actually this happened. Oh, yeah, go talk to him though. Okay, like, oh,
yes,
he
clears up
Suna
everything.
Suna needs to be an orange. Oh my god.
Oh yes.
I haven't seen Orange. How was it?
I recently watched Orange.
It was
bad.
bad.
He should definitely be in there because Man, would so many problems be just solved with just his very
If people
existence.
talk to each other in Orange, things would be solved.
Wait a minute, so no one communicates in Orange? What?
No, they don't. They're just like, oh, I wonder what he feels about me.
I should say something, but I will choose not to because I'm a dumbass.
I want to say something, but maybe I shouldn't. What if he says something that I don't like? What if I say something he doesn't
talk about
like?
frustrating.
And then
this
like,
lady's putting pepper in my salad. I don't like it. But I shouldn't say anything.
Oh my
Wait,
God,
do I
there's-
tell him to stop
there's
putting pepper in my
literally-
salad? When do I say stop? When do I say stop?
And you don't say stop.
I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be bossy.
And then he just ends up into a
but that's
fist
clearly
fight.
not enough pepper.
That's how I picture every
There's
situation.
this like
like
mound
that.
of pepper. Like I don't know. Should I stop saying?
I don't want to hurt her
That's
Yeah,
feelings.
John's
like
John's,
cheese
I
on
don't
your
wanna hurt
pasta
him.
too.
She's so proud of that pile of pepper. I just don't know what to say.
Now, Orange is actually one of the few series when I read the manga before the anime even came out, and I
It's
ended
a
up
highly
liking
rated
the manga.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
Did they change
surprising
stuff?
because the show is,
Because
like
I was like,
I don't know. There's just something different about it where I enjoyed the manga a lot more than the anime, and I think at least part of it was that I could kind of speed read through the parts of the manga where everyone was having misunderstandings.
ooh.
oh my god, there was literally one part where these two characters are dating, and the girl goes, I wonder if he likes me,
Well,
even though we're dating.
I wonder if I wonder if this
Yeah.
person that we are in a relationship with likes me. If you are actually
was
thinking
so
about that, if
frustrating.
you are seriously pondering that, I just give up. Honestly,
No words.
it's
Yeah, no, that series was better for the side relationships that didn't happen.
Yes!
definitely
Yes, the side relationships are so good. But, oh man. I don't know. I'm just like looking through like the romance tags of shows I have. Like Akagami no Shirayuki-hime last year was probably the romance of the year for me. Outside of Honobono Log.
Yeah,
Did
Shirayuki
you
was
got-
really good.
Shiro Cutie, am I right?
Yes.
sure.
We have
It was
enough
fun.
comment. Well, we don't have enough comment faces of her.
You can never
need
have
more
enough
Obi
Shiro
comment
Cutie
faces.
comment fences.
Because Obi is best boy. Like
Obi MVP.
Obi
yeah.
was so base.
That was weird. How did you got wait, so Becker, you saw Shirayuki?
yeah. I did see Shirayuki. I saw both seasons. Yeah.
And oh nice. And Duranthal you saw.
Yep.
Shirayuki. Bacon, did you?
Okay, what was the question? Sorry, I was.
Bacon. please.
I'm sorry.
Just totally just checked out.
Okay, just
And you
now.
wonder why you're always single.
Okay, no. So I missed like the last minute because I was talking to my brother about important stuff. So
Bacon, have you ever watched I'll Know a Zero?
I heard mixed things about it. So and no.
There's a running joke where one of them is like, do you know why you can never get a date?
Oh God, why?
And I'm just like going through that right now as you were like, so what was the question?
Guys,
Okay.
what was it? What were we talking about?
So what was
Yeah.
the
I feel
real
the host
question
doesn't
other
even
than
know what
All
we're
Those
talking
Years?
about.
Have you
like-
seen Shirayuki, Bacon?
No. So I guess
Oh.
so. All that effort to get me
it's
to
for-
answer
Oh
just
my
for a no.
But it's really cute. It's like a nice take on Snow White.
Mhm.
But Duranthal and Becker, how did you guys feel about like the reverse harem kind of aspects to it? Because there was a little bit of
Oh, yeah,
that.
now that you mention it, like a little bit, yeah, I can see that. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought overall everything was just kind of like very. It was like everything was like perfect. I don't know, like if you can, like the romance,
is
Like an
very much a
idealistic
fairy
perfect, like, maybe
tale
a little
kind
too
of
perfect
series.
at times.
Yeah.
What was that, Duranthal?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say it is very much a fairy tale feeling kind of series to it.
I think yeah,
which
but I think
isn't
that's
a
probably
bad thing.
intentional. Like the whole show
Yeah.
feels is set. Even the setting is like I wouldn't say generic fantasy, but like traditional fantasy or something.
hmm
Even the music
No.
reflects that as well. The music's really good
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It kind of
Oh,
feels
gosh.
to me like a Disney-ish kind of series, honestly.
Yeah.
No, the,
Yeah.
even I think the ED felt like a Disney insert song, like that they're trying to sell or something.
Really?
Let it go.
Stop.
Even
No,
though
yeah.
Shirayuki herself probably wasn't my favorite in there, I probably like Kiki a bit more, to be honest.
Oh, Kiki was
cool.
great. Kiki was really cool. Yeah, last year didn't really have any good romances, unfortunately.
But
No, I have been looking forward to Orange, but it bombed. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
And then 2 years ago we had Plastic Memories, and as well as
my friend's
Your Lie in April.
really trying to get me to watch Plastic Memories, and he's just been.
I've heard like things about it. Good.
Same.
I've
He
heard
said
like
he personally likes it because it's original.
It's
But it's also a
like
science
Anohana.
fiction show. Like.
Yeah, it's written by the same people who did Steins Gate.
Nice.
For me, Plastic Memories was like a really feelsy show that felt like they were really out to manipulate your feelings, but I was still bawling like a baby by the end.
Because you were.
No, definitely.
It was
that's what
so.
he told me. He's like, you gotta watch it. You're gonna cry. I'm like, well, I cry very easily.
Do I want to
now.
go in expecting to cry? Like, I don't know. Like crying. Like I don't mind crying like to an anime. That's fine. But I prefer it if I didn't if I wasn't aware that I'm supposed to cry. Like if it's like unexpected crying that I prefer.
Yeah. No, but with Plastic Memories, you can tell by the end of like the first episode that they're definitely pulling more in that direction, and intentionally so. Like you can kind of see it coming after a certain point.
Oh,
Yeah, they're very pointed about it.
great. I'm not looking forward to this.
Get hyped, Bacon.
I don't know.
Get hyped.
I had mixed feelings about it myself.
I mean, I was bawling like that Anohana and Clanad After Story is too good to put in this category. Your Lie in April kind of like
Your Lie in April
made up that trifecta of
Amazing.
I cried so much because this romance was so beautiful, but also kind of felt kind of cheap.
I didn't cry to Your Lie in April. I felt sad, but I wasn't crying.
I
was
felt
like,
sad
oh,
for like
Wow.
other things that happened, not necessarily like the main crying points, but there are other like events that I was like, oh, that's pretty sad.
I don't know. Your Lie in April for me got to me more as a musician more than for the romance or the other like,
Actually, yeah, that
drama
was my
parts
favorite
of it.
part. Was like the musician, like the
Aspect
struggles
of
of being a musician, kind of position.
I think the mom arc had me crying more than the actual like the part that are supposed to make you cry part.
Yeah. Well,
Like his struggles with the memories of his mom.
Oh man, how to make a prodigy.
yeah.
Like that hit me like so hard because like I have a mother who's a piano teacher,
Yeah.
Oh,
so I was like, yo,
This is
I can
literally
relate to
Fate
this
IRL.
hardcore,
Like,
me.
especially when he gets into the zone. I'm
Fate, are you actually
I'm
Kosei?
constantly
Like, are you literally? Kosei?
don't let me into my zone.
All
Don't let me into my zone.
right, so here's another thing when it comes to romance. So, what if you see romance in a series that's not technically a romance? So,
like a
shonen,
romantic
Ooh.
subplot.
romantic subplots. Like, how do you guys feel about those? Or any one of those that sticks out from any series? Like,
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood to me sticks out the most.
That is the most vanilla,
That-
but I kind of love it. Kind of romantic subplot. Like, it was satisfying.
It has the most ships, all the ships. Everyone gets a ship. Greed X Ling is my favorite ship, I think.
What? What?
That's
Wait a
kinda
minute.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was gonna say, I was like, when did that happen? Like, I mean,
what else?
Wait, does Major Armstrong get with anyone?
Nah.
He gets with Go from Free.
What the?
That's
what
fake.
the hell
Like
is
that
going
makes
on?
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Free podcast soon. Not even. We're not
Free
even
podcast
joking. It's
when?
actually happening soon. Don't worry.
God. Stay tuned.
I know Shocking 807's favorite FMA ship is Roy Ed.
That's what. Whoa.
That's
Wait,
a
what?
little.
I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't even like. That's quite a crack ship because that literally like can't even happen because another ship
Okay,
already happened.
Let's just talk canon.
Okay, let's talk canon.
It's like I keep second guessing myself.
Yeah.
Like, wait, did that really happen?
Did Roy and Ed actually get together? Like,
Did Roy
wait,
Ed
are
really?
you serious?
Okay, not that. I meant like the
I'm
first
crying.
one.
Oh my god.
Because then again, I haven't seen like full FMA. Because I can believe anything at this point. Like you
That's
could say,
bullshit,
like,
but I believe it.
that's bullshit. I
Believe it.
Yeah, as far
Oh,
as canon
God,
ships
Naruto.
go, I was gonna say Roy and Riza is easily my favorite.
spicy.
I honestly
That's got to be mine too.
would prefer to see an entire series about the two of them, maybe more like politically drama focused, more than the shonen action thing that's going on most of the time.
Yeah, I definitely think that too, and I think what Arakawa Hiromu, the author for Fullmetal Alchemist, the manga anyway, I thought she did a great job of setting them as adults who, whether you want to put whatever label you want to put on it, like deeply care about each other. But what I really like is how she had that like established history behind them, where they could have been main characters in their own show. But that clearly wasn't
we could have
the
had a few
purpose of
OVAs.
FMA.
Like that could have been what the Brotherhood OVAs could have been, is like a little bit of Roy and what is her name, Riza, like backstory involving like Riza's dad, because like Riza's dad was obviously Roy's sensei. Is that spoilers? That's not really spoilers.
No,
that's not spoilers.
That's background info.
That's just background info.
Kind of.
Which always thought that was an interesting thing that they never really touched upon that much. I really wish they touched upon more in the series, but yeah, it would have been cool.
But yeah, their dynamic like works so well. Like it's really the like perfect romance. I don't know, romance, like relationship of like unconditional love, where they like accept each other fully and are there to like criticize and back each other up. Like there are points where like Riza,
like you're useless in the rain.
Like, oh yeah,
and Riza's just like, get down, you're freaking useless. And there are parts where like Riza is weak, and Roy's like, you have to get up, you can't give up. Like you have to be there, you can't give up. And there's points where Riza towards the end is like, Roy, you have to get yourself in shape. Like these are the only people.
Part where you got it. Not gonna spoil anything, but it's pretty.
It's powerful.
It's nice,
dude. Right? Yeah.
I'm doing the okay hand symbol right now. It's like
okay.
If you look at me,
fleek, as you would say.
I'm putting a thumbs up right now for you guys, just to agree with
you
Becker.
guys can't see it, but you know.
Okay _hand :
Can't see me because I'm John Cena. Okay, so like here's one thing that bothers me about the romantic subplots is especially in shonens. Now I know technically FMA is a shonen, but I'm talking like the other shonen series.
Technically, it's like one of the most definitive
shonen. Like you can't even like, it's technically a shonen. Like it totally is one.
Okay, you're right. I guess when I think shonens, I think of obviously the big three in them, but I really get bothered when they throw
hot and bothered.
When they throw in the romance in other series.
Really?
I watch it because I'm like, yeah, these guys are together and they have one goal in mind. And then, of course, yeah, sure, after all these years of being together, I'm not surprised that they start catching feelings for each other and all that. And, they'll have those moments. When there's going to be a ship happening when one character blushes at another character. Like, boom, okay, you two are together. Okay. Everyone else, you're going to be together because you're blushing. But
unless they're like, I'll tell you how I feel about you after the war.
That
ship is not happening.
Raise that flag, please. Like, hey,
raise your flag.
Can you do me a favor and survive so I could tell you what's going on? Just tell me now. That's what romance does sometimes. Like, it totally like spoils what's going to happen sometimes if two characters really do like each other. But at the same time, I get bothered when it's like, oh, hey, yay, we reached our goal. Time skip, we got married and had kids, by the way. Is that what you want? Like, I feel like they do it more for the fan base. Like, oh, this guy and his girl sidekick, they're guaranteed to, together, right? No. Like, what if...
Naruto, for sure, really pissed me off with the way it did it.
Wait a minute.
It felt so inauthentic.
It's not... I agree with you there, but what canon ship... Wait, what ships do you support? I just want to pick your brain for a second.
Are we gonna do Naruto? Can we spoiler tag Naruto right now?
Spoilers for Naruto.
Yes.
Let's just do
spoilers for Naruto.
Spoilers for Naruto. I was hugely on the side of Naruto and Sakura.
Get the hell out of my podcast.
I was one of those people.
Get out. Get the fuck out.
Yo, Hinata had nothing, okay?
Dude,
like, Naruto was always there for Sakura, and like Sakura was always pining. Okay, dude. Also, like I felt like Sasuke Sakura was a really toxic ship.
I agree with that, but no, I was behind
though? Like
Naruto and Hinata all the way. Like, come on.
No,
dude, don't. Guess what's canon though?
Oh, fine.
I want to talk about canon ships.
That's because canon is so bad.
Let's talk about Bleach. Like,
wait, dude, Bleach is so bad.
Bleach spoilers. Okay, so Bleach spoilers. But can I just say one of my favorite parts from like any show, like the big three, like the big one is One Piece, of course, but then everything gets grouped together. One of my favorite moments is the chapter called Halcyon Days in Bleach, where Orihime is about to get like whisked away, and like Ulquiorra is like, you can talk to one person and like you have like this many hours and they won't be able to hear you, but you can talk to them.
Is that when like
and
she
that one
visits him at
scene
night?
where Orihime is like, she's talking to Ichigo and she's like,
if only
you know, like I wish I could have had like 5 different lives, right?
Oh, dude,
And she,
okay.
she could have been a baker.
That
She
was
could have been like
super,
a teacher.
like,
she could have been a doctor. She could have like done all these things.
then
And she's
I
like,
could have fallen
and
in
then every
love with
single
you.
in love with you in 5 different
different
times.
ways.
I was like, oh,
Dude, that got me. I was like,
Oh.
wow, that's like super like that was very touching. Like, dude.
that hit me so
Yeah.
hard. That's like one of my favorite romance lines. Like, I could have fallen in love with you 5 different times. So I could have fallen in love with you 5 different times. And I'm like, man.
Udakria comes
that's
in
like-
like trash, get the hell back in your cell. Like you ruined the moment.
But it also hurt because I was also a huge like Ichigo Rukia shipper. So
Yo, you know what I am? I was from the beginning a Renji Rukia shipper, so I am like so content with the Wade. Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
There was that one episode, there was like that one
changed over
chapter
time.
that's backstory on like Rukia and Renji's relationship, and I thought, yeah, they're totally gonna get together, right?
Yeah,
and then
'cause they both
and
grew
then they
up-
do
they
it. I'm
grew up
like,
in the Rukon
bravo,
district
Kubo,
together.
bravo.
But what about that scene where like he princess carries Rukia, like shielding her from the giant phoenix in the Soul Society arc?
I mean,
Yeah,
And
when
he's
he
like,
saves
yo.
her and each goes like, "Sup,
but that's like
And it's like-
Ichigo's job is to protect like his friends
Everyone.
and stuff.
do it for your friends."
Yo, Bleach honestly had some really good romance moments though.
I'd say so. I'd say some good romance
Yeah.
ones. I feel like a lot of them were kind of pre-set up though, especially within the captains and lieutenants.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Like that was too obvious. Like Hitsugaya. Oh, then again, no, I got that very wrong. I was
there's
thinking
the one guy
Hitsugaya and
who wears like the flower. He has like the flower like robe.
Oh, the flower hat with the medic woman?
Yeah, I think that's the no. I always
No, because she
Yeah,
ends
but
up getting
because he
killed by
had his own
what's his
assistant
face.
that he kind of had.
yeah, she had a
Oh
book.
yeah.
She was like the
Yeah,
the smarty
I
pants, and she's like,
remember
oh,
that.
I
like,
always shipped them.
what
They
are you
were
doing
cute together.
They were.
yeah, I remember.
Also Kenpachi and the little
Yeah,
lolly.
okay, well,
Well, about that,
kidding,
I don't want to
kidding,
spoil
kidding.
anything from the manga, but you know, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot more. Let's stop talking about Bleach.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, one thing or one example of romances in non-romance anime that I really like is Gintama, where it
Oh.
actually sets up specific arcs that are kind of focused around romance, but often don't involve the main characters in a romance themselves.
Mhm.
So it's kind of them supporting the romance as part of the arc. I won't really go into any spoilers about it, but there are a few really good ones throughout the course of the series where it's definitely a romance dropped in the middle of like an action shonen series, and it just works out really well because they're really focused on it for that arc.
Mhm.
Gosh, you gotta get
Dang.
Gintama.
okay. So I've never actually heard that much about like romance in Gintama. I usually hear how about like it references a lot of like other anime, and that it's like also the funniest show ever, but also like has some
Also
awesome
for
serious
Devas.
arcs.
Yes.
Also Shinsegumi.
And I heard they made fun of Love Livers.
Yes, they
Can't
have in the
wait
most
to
recent
I can't wait
season
to see that one. Point.
Sunrise.
Oh, okay.
Sasuga Sunrise.
Yeah, but yeah, I've never
So-
heard like
speak-
a romance
yeah.
angle from about Gintama, so that's actually pretty interesting.
Speaking of Sunrise and Becker, your Avi reminded me. Code Geass, I thought, had some really good romantic subplots.
Like like with who though?
Ugh.
That's the
can
big
we
question.
Can we spoiler tag Code
Yeah,
Geass? Are we just gonna
spoilers for Geass.
spoiler
We
tag?
already had a
yeah.
Code Geass episode. did we
Spoilers
not?
for
Yeah,
Geass.
We don't have to ask. You just have to say spoilers for Code Geass. I mean, has everyone here
Okay.
seen Code Geass?
Yes.
Yes.
That's basically what I'm
Unfortunately.
doing when I'm like spoilers.
Okay.
I thought you were just asking, like, can we do this, guys?
The audience?
You're asking,
No!
like, permission. Like, you just do whatever the fuck you want, man. Like,
Yeah, dude. It's not like I'm gonna hunt you down and like put an axe in your
When
back. No,
Shirley
it's fine.
died, Shirley died, and she was like, "Oh, like I feel like I am a sucker for reincarnation." Okay, there's like 2 tropes that like really kill me in romance. The one is where they're like, "Oh, like I'll do this on the condition that like you don't fall in love with me." That's like one of my favorites.
wait, I can't think of any,
And then my
any
second-
examples. Could you like name some examples? Like, would that be spoilers? Because
I'll
I
say
haven't
really
had- I'm
quickly,
drawing a blank on like that specific trope.
cross game is really good for that, I will say.
Oh, okay. I've heard actually really good. I've heard good things about the romance and cross game, so that's something to look forward to.
Yeah. It's 50 episodes, and it's been highly recommended to me by couple people who smell, but
Wow.
it's
Probably
been
me as
recommended
well at some point.
nonetheless.
Damn.
Damn it.
Yeah, I got recommendations, but they smell, so like you have to take it with a grain of salt.
That's such a terrible reason.
Poor Mabroon. I don't know. So that, and also like the reincarnation aspect, like I would fall in love with you over and over again. Like when Shirley dies in Code Geass R2, and like literally was just like trying
Yeah,
to use
he's like
his Geass
trying to
keep her
bring
alive.
her back. It's like, oh,
I thought of that moment as like CPR with your eyes. Like,
you make that birdie flap.
You will
make the birdie
live.
his life flap super hard in them. See, he's working
Oh
overtime.
man, but I was crying so hard when that happened.
aw.
No, I was too far gone by that point. I can actually point to a specific moment in R1 involving Shirley, actually, where Lelouch ends up wiping her memories, like right in the middle of that. That's where I basically turned against Lelouch for the rest of the series. So I was completely against any shipping between him and Shirley after that.
Hey, he's got a point there.
Oh, you were part of the rewatch, right?
Yeah, I
Kenzo?
was back in 2015, I think.
2014. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, I watched R2 airing, so
Oh my God.
it was a little different experience.
Oh, God.
But
Speaking
man,
of rewatches,
that was nice.
I heard you're.
Oh
I
yeah.
heard you're hosting a rewatch. Faye, you want to tell us about that great
what
love
else?
story?
Ooh, what else?
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm literally doing like the hand thing that Tamako's doing in my avatar.
I know who she
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I just
Hold the
marathoned
apple,
that
like-
like hours ago.
You did just marathon that hours ago.
Yeah.
So if this is coming out on Valentine's Day, I guess the Tamako rewatch is over. Woo! And hopefully it was a yay! Hopefully it was another rousing success. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I
you say
had such a fun
arousing
time last
success?
year.
A rousing success.
Ooh,
Like,
what
Arousing
else?
success.
Go
come
on.
on, that's
I like,
toxic.
I like where this is going.
Faye, you've been toxic this whole episode. But
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Go on. But talk about
Splash
Talk
free.
about Tamako. Talk about
Oh,
it.
okay.
I don't know. I just really love how Market sets up that there's so many different kinds of love. There's like a familial love between Tamako's dad and her. There's between her and Anko, her little sister. Between the community and her and the community.
Oh,
Between her
yeah.
friends. Between like the ambivalent feelings that like Midori has for Tamako that are like really unclear and she like really struggles with. Whether or not they're like romantic or they're just more than friends, like like Midori's like struggle through that. I really love how it addresses all those different types of love, and it handles all the things I love about romances so well. And then like leads up to Tamako Love Story,
Oh, yeah.
which spoiler alert is a love story.
What the?
No, I
Are you
thought
tell-
it was a
that's like
tragedy.
saying
Did not
that,
know
like
that.
Haruhi disappears in the disappearance of Haruhi. Like, did not
Becker,
see-
you can't say that. Some of us actually didn't know Haruhi was gonna disappear
Like,
in disappearance.
how did you not know? Did you just watch it without knowing what the title of the movie was?
Oh no, I was just like, wow, I really love. I've heard so many good things about the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. I can't wait to watch it. And then Haruhi disappears. I'm like,
This is the worst thing ever.
what?
Blown? What?
Oh, so that's why they call it that.
I didn't think Girls Who Panzer was gonna have girls with panzers. Ew, what the hell? I thought it was about panties.
And then like in Zetsuen no Tempest, I was like, wait, you mean they're referencing Shakespeare's Tempest?
Do 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 do.
Wait, you mean the,
Yeah, Tamako
wait,
loves.
you mean Return of the Jedi has a Jedi returning? Like what?
What?
No.
What? From Dagobah?
Think about it. No, love story, Tamako love story. Oh man, I'll be honest. After just watching, because it's all fresh in my mind, super adorable. I loved it. It was funny and like I don't know. I like the main character's hair when it's down. That's just one thing I gotta throw out there. Every time I loved watching the ED because her hair is down, and I was like, oh, you should keep your hair like that. He looks like that.
One of the things I love most about Tamako Love Story that I never get to bring up as a fun fact is the character designer Horiguchi Yuriko was thinking about like talking with Yamada to like how to show that Tamako had grown up and like become more of quote unquote a woman and like was really fully 17.
Right.
They were like, what changes can we make to her character design? They were like, well, her hair is probably going to be the same. Oh, she probably learned how to do her eyebrows. So if like you notice Tamako Market and Tamako Love Story, her eyebrows in like Tamako Market are like very natural, but like they are on point in Tamako Love Story. Her eyebrow game is on point.
I would have never noticed that.
Yeah, no. I'll have to pay attention to that.
Dude, when's the next? When's the next rewatch Fate? Oh, wait a minute.
It's going on right now. Like, if we watch it right now.
Oh, dude, I could. With Fate. What time is it? I'm trying to make
it's time to get a watch.
Valentine's Day.
Becker, that's my favorite joke.
Yeah, what day is it? The day you get a calendar, brah. Like,
yeah, it comes. I mean, by the time this episode is up, like it'll have been already finished. But for you, Bacon, the episode threads come out at 8 p.m. every day from the 2nd till the 14th.
What else? Ooh.
And then we'll be hopefully having our third one next year. I don't know if we'll ever be able to catch up with Toradora. They've kind of, or Haruhi. They have a little bit of a head start.
That's not fair.
But yeah, also, speaking of rewatches, make sure to, I mean, it's over now.
This is why I want to act out the entire thing.
This is so bad. But the Animo's Sukitte Ii rewatch is also a really good Valentine's Day watch. So I don't know, Tamako Love Story is just a really comfortable rewatch that to me is not only believable but also realistic.
Yes.
It feels like it's weird because like it's present tense for Tamako, but because of the interactions you have with like adults and other characters, it also feels nostalgic.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one thing I can kind of relate to is the whole I wouldn't say relate to, but I've witnessed this situation before. So this is in the actual series, not the movie. But you know, throughout the series, you know, you could clearly tell there's like something going on. But it's funny how that's more used as kind of a comedy kind of thing, other than more focused on what's happening that episode. The guy's name, Mochi something. I know it's like Mochizo. Yeah, I like how his name's a play on words for the actual trees or whatever. He was
fun fact, everyone's name is based on Mochi.
I'm not surprised at this point.
Tama means like ball round thing, so like of course Tamako. An is like the red bean paste, so you have Anko. Tamako's dad is Mamedai and her grandpa is Fuku, and Mamedai Fuku is a type of mochi. Jeez. Mochizo, obviously mochi. Mochizo's dad's name is Gohei, which is another type of mochi.
Oh my god. So, they're addicted to mochi.
Mochi puns everywhere.
Kana's name is like the sound a hammer makes when it hits it.
Oh my god. You really researched into this. Look at you. Yeah. But
it's like I host a rewatch.
Dude, yeah,
but anyway, you were
going host a rewatch. The one thing that I've witnessed before was so Mochizo, like, you know, obviously had feelings for Tamako, and he was thinking about saying something. In walks Midori, the best friend, and she's like, no, you shouldn't say anything. It's actually not going to help with anything. And I've seen that happen before where a guy was about to, or in fact, it was reversed. A girl was about to tell a guy something, and the guy said, no, stay the hell away from him. He's not going to be interested in you. And situations like that was really good to throw into the story. Because again, it's not like, it's like you said, it's about the love of everyone around you, including your best friends. So I like how the focus wasn't just between the guy and a girl, but now her friend wants to kind of get involved in it as well. Which at first when she did that, I was like, oh, this bitch. How dare you
this bitch
stand in the way of my love interest. And the whole time I'm just like, go, you can do it. And he
go, let's go, Tamako.
Let's go, Date.
go, let's go.
I got you. I love that cheer.
Thank you, Bacon. Haikyuu podcast when?
Dude, we're planning one actually.
Yo, Kageyame and Hinata is my favorite romance.
It's kind of gay, TBH.
In my mind, I was gonna pick what else? I was like, no, not this time. Not this time.
Yachi and Suki, obviously, though.
Oh god.
Real OTP.
Oh, god.
I will say, going back to Tamako Market for just a minute.
Yeah.
One thing that I don't think anyone mentioned yet, I really liked was the kind of self-contained romance between Tamako's parents.
Yeah, there's an episode specific about this, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, episode 9. It's really sweet. The opening scene just like shows how her parents met, and that to me was just like, I melted completely.
Oh, it was so
because that's
adorable.
also the first time you see her mom's face, because she passed away when Tamako and Anko were so young. you kind of get the sense that Anko doesn't remember what her mom looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because Anko was already so young when her mom passed away.
Right.
And Tamako can't even remember the song that her mom used to sing. So like it's only when we get it kind of through like her dad's flashback that we can see what the mother looked like. And that was really cute and that was really sweet. And you kind of get the sense of like how difficult it must have been for her father to like be a single dad all of a sudden and raise two daughters. But he did a good job.
Yeah.
And I like how embarrassed the dad was, like, about all that.
All the time.
Because that would be me. It's like, oh my god, Bacon, you wrote a song and you wrote a poem for her? I would have been like, shut up. I was in love. This is what love does to you. It makes you do dumb things. Get away.
It's very true though.
So I really like Tamako. It's my favorite romance. What about you guys? What are your favorite romances? Now that we're close to the end.
Oh, close to the end?
That's a good question.
I'm kind of sad.
Man.
I'm sad that the prince didn't find anyone, honestly. Does that count? Don't laugh at me. Don't you dare laugh at me. Oh, by the way, the chicken was kind of annoying. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that.
Yeah, he was. At first, I was kind of like, "Why is he talking?" Oh, and by the way, is the blonde?
I think on a
lady from
rewatch.
the flower place. That's a woman.
Ono Daisuke, yeah.
That's a woman, right?
Yes, I think the purpose is she's transgender.
That's the impression I got. Was like,
Yeah, that's what. I'm just confirming.
Yeah. I think because Yamada Naoko, the director, really wanted to show like a community where like everyone is represented. I mean, like in most anime, you have like everyone's like really pretty and really cute and really handsome and really thin and skinny and tall.
Yeah.
But like every body type is represented in the market and every kind of person.
And they're all
like
family,
every hair color.
You know, they're all together.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love most about it. It's just like, yeah, dude, this is like not. I don't just live in this, like, you know, this house. Everyone here, like, this is my home. Because every time she walked into the market, she's I'm just like, wait, that's not your house. Oh, I get it. You love this place so much because it is your home. And like, oh, so sweet. And like, she just kept on getting free shit all the time, and I was like, dude, that's like the best reason to live in a market.
Yo, I've been to the market and it was really friendly. The people there were so nice. They actually gave us a free extra croquette from the croquette stand.
That's how they get you.
Like,
I used to be a salesman, bro. Okay, that's how we get you. Okay.
Dude, it was it was like 50 cents.
That's how they get you.
It was
ridiculous.
It was ridiculously cheap. Plus, like, people like took pictures because I was there with my mom. We were just in Kyoto for a day, for a family trip, and like just like going through it and like seeing the shops and seeing the little stalls here and there. It was amazing. I loved it.
So they're genuinely.
Also, you guys should like if you guys are ever in Tokyo or not Tokyo, Kyoto for any reason, you definitely need to go see to the mochi shop because the mochi there is like on the top 3 to 5 most delicious things I've ever had in my life.
Dude, hype! I might be going there next year.
Ooh,
hype!
Yeah, hype. Got to start saving.
Yeah. So Tamako Love Story is my favorite romance. Becker, do you have one?
I think my favorite romance would probably be like the first 2/3 of His and Her Circumstances. Like...
The first 2/3.
You sure it's not Evangelion?
Dude, yeah, it's Evangelion.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like everything in the show is just executed like really nicely. I like the characters a lot. I love the shot composition in the show. I like the opening too. The opening's really nice. I don't know, it just makes me feel happy. I don't fucking know.
You make me feel happy.
Oh, dude, this is great. This is my favorite romance right here. Becker and Fate Still Down. Look at this,
dude.
I ship it, dude. I think my favorite romance. Well, okay, this won't be my favorite romance, but this was actually one romance I kind of really enjoyed because of how they really messed around with it. Kiznaiver. Mainly because at one point they're just like, you know what? Let's break the fourth wall and just start shipping people. All right, put these two together. Put these two together. Now let them all read their minds. All right, go for it. And at that moment I was thinking, wow, Triggers are really messing with us now. I bet Triggers like triggering everyone right now. My God.
Triggered.
So much.
Yeah.
If I recall, nothing happened there, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll kind of cheat and toss out 2 because they're kind of related. First off, I'll say back in 2003, I ended up watching Crest of the Stars for the first time. That's where my avatar's from, Jinto.
Oh.
And what really got me about that was it was kind of a trial by fire kind of romance where they're initially just like traveling together to get from one place to another, and then they get attacked, and then they get stranded on a planet together, and it's just the two of them. They have to rely on each other, and you get the romance developing out of that kind of trust in each other where they have to rely on each other to be able to survive. And I just kind of love the romances that come out of that. Which leads to the second part, which is
quick question. In the beginning, did they kind of like hate each other, or
not really? Is more of like the guys and male main characters like a nobleman, and the girl is like in the military, and her mission is to escort him to another place where she didn't really care so much about him. It's just like it's her job.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I might check that out then.
Yeah, I kind of want to host a rewatch for it later in the year, so if you want to join that, like, keep an eye out. But
please.
Yeah, and that leads into my second one, which is Spice and Wolf.
I went 2 episodes in.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
So I haven't seen Spice and Wolf, but the Spice and Wolf author and I are best friends.
Are you
you have to watch the Slice of Life episode to know the context of
You do. It's a reference there. The story's there, but yeah. So I'll put Spice and Wolf up there just to support my bro, who also loves Asuka.
God.
That's true.
All right, let's bring it back to real life then.
How about you, Bacon?
Wait, I already mentioned what my favorite was.
Oh,
I said Kiznaiver.
Oh, true. I thought you were just throwing out stuff.
you're just throwing
in
shit.
In a way, I was throwing that out there just maybe because they just went to a point where they're like, let's ship everyone. Let's do it. It'll be funny. Let's see how they react. But I can't think off the top of my head in terms of like actual like romance series where I was just like, oh my heart, that's so sweet.
I'm kind of hurt no one's brought up Kokoro Connect. I really like that as a romance.
I can't help you there.
It has its moments. I think some arcs are better than others.
The first and the last arc, like the OVA arc, to me were the strongest.
I don't remember which arc's which.
I like the first
I think
arc
I remember.
First one is body switching. Last one is thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, those are two that I like the most.
That makes things extra spicy.
Ooh, Spice Wolf?
Ooh, spicy. Yeah, Inaba is the best.
Okay, I probably say going back to it now that I think about it. This is going to sound weird when I say it, and don't ask any other questions. Your name. That's it.
Okay, well...
That's my...
Shinkai 5 centimeters per second to me was a really depressing romance.
A friend of mine told me that. He says it's very bittersweet at the end.
Oh my gosh.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, that is the understatement of the year. I love 5 centimeters per second though.
Does it go 5
very beautiful.
centimeters per
I really
second?
like that ending song. That ending song is beautiful.
No idea what this song is.
One more chance. One more chance.
One more chance.
Quiet. All you.
All
right, so
one more time.
I love that.
It was totally Daft Punk inspired.
Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't seen the Daft Punk anime, go watch it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Interstellar 555. Yes, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. All right, before we end it, let's all bring it back to real life. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, tell us any terrible, sad relationship stories. Go.
Oh man.
Anyone. Or failed relationships, anything that's like sad love related.
One time I asked a girl out on Valentine's Day and she said no, and then I was depressed for the rest of my life.
All right, good.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm so sorry, Becker.
Oh man, no, it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm so sorry. I'm here for you.
Don't make it
What about
gay.
you, Fate?
I mean, for me, I'm divorced, so that's a very long story that I will not tell here.
Ooh.
Okay, no, that's all you had to say. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, okay.
We're on your side. Just
you did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong. I think with me, okay, here's a great story relating to my favorite anime actually. No, I won't tell that one. Never mind. Not gonna tell that one. One time I asked out a girl in high school. I said, "Hey, we should get a movie." She said, "Sure." Not the sure we're talking about, Becker.
Sure.
She said, "Yeah," and I was like, "Dope." And then I tried following up with her the next day, and then I overheard her, literally like anime style, overheard her around the corner, and she was talking to her friend saying, "Hey, can you come with me and your boyfriend to see the movie?"
No.
I don't want. And she's like,
Ouch.
I don't want to be alone. And then when she said that, I was like, "Man, bitch, fuck you!" And I just never followed up on her. I was like, so I was pretty depressed like that month.
That's depressing.
That was depressing, and I'll tell you right now, it took me like a solid month to hype myself up to ask. Like I was just like breathing hard. I was just like, "Oh god, like dude, I'm gonna muff up my words." And then when I asked her, I was like, "Wow, that was
drop
easy."
Your spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my spaghetti and like keep on forgetting.
On his sweater already.
Keep on forgetting.
From his mom's
keep
spaghetti.
on forgetting. Knees weak.
Arms weak.
I
Knee.
keep on forgetting. It's just so
Knees. What he wrote down. Oh god, goes so loud.
Oh yeah.
He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out.
I will say this though. There's another story that's related to Girls in Panzer, but I will not get into that for reasons. But yeah. All right. We're going to end it from there, guys. So hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoy your date with your body pillow, figures, waifus on your screen.
Don't talk down about my saber figures like that.
No. Wait. How many saber figures do you have?
That's an answer for another
It's
day.
at least double digits.
Oh, how dare you!
It's
It's
close to
my
double.
God. I was just
Oh
making.
my
I was just memeing. Jesus Christ, face.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
We should actually like end this though.
All right, we'll see you.
All right.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye bye.